What is going on, boys, and welcome back to another video with your boy Oscar, aka Exhausted. Some seems to be wearing off a bit, but you're not really an MX5 boy if you've got a soft top and you don't put your roof down, regardless if it's not raining. So let's whip this roof down and get into the video, boys. Bam, bish bash bosh. So boys, I wanted to make this video for a while, and to be honest, I think, well, I can safely say that I am in a good position to make this video after, you know, I guess I've had about a month and a half of Turbo MX5 ownership. So I could talk about what it's like to live with and drive on a day-to-day basis, which come with its absolute joys and come with its absolute nightmares at the same time. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to make a video on should you turbo your MX5, and that's going to be the main topic around this video, is whether you should turbo your MX5 or not, or even go down the supercharger route, because I know a few people who do that. Turbo tends to be the much more popular option within the turbo, or within the MX5 scene I should say, or even just staying NA and going with ITBs and kind of tuning it that way. You can get, you know, an extra 20-30 horsepower and just keep it completely NA, and some people like to do that as well, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's some massive benefits and a few drawbacks, which are absolutely nothing. Well, there are a couple, but you get the point. It is absolutely epic. But let's get into the video, whether you should turbo your MX5. First benefit, if we can jump out the MX5, well, before that, if we have a look, it's just the kind of looks I like, just giving the extra gauges. We've got 2 there, 3 down there. Excuse the ropey interior at the moment, guys. But yeah, we've got the gauges. I mean, I just like the way it just adds a little bit of extra to the car. So like, if you come around to the front, I love that mouth, like with the intercooler. And we've got our oil cooler lines, the AN lines. So, you know, it adds a little bit more to the car. I mean, it's nothing massive, and it's only noticeable if you know what you're looking for. But I like that. It's subtle. That's subtle but cool is what I like. So yeah, first main benefit wise. So obviously we've got to follow something I like by something I dislike. And the only negative about the car after being turboed so far is the fuel cost. And like I said in my recent video, about 7 miles to the gallon I calculated on a combined run, kind of around my local town, for about half an hour, which is absolutely terrible. Probably gets slightly better than that on the motorway, about 10-15, but still impractical. It is not practical at all, especially in terms of fuel cost. And people say reliability. I haven't had a single thing. I mean, I've driven it, yeah, only a month and a half, but over that month and a half, 3,000 miles, and that is a lot. I've been drifting it, I've been honing it to pretty much the max over that period as a daily driver as well, and no reliability issues whatsoever. I've had a couple of two issues, which is an idle issue and an exhaust issue, which are both by my own doing. One by not using the correct hardware, and the other one I can't remember exactly why, but yeah, it was all by my own doing, things that I've changed. So, and they were really quick fixes as well. I mean, I just had to adjust the idle very slightly, so not issues at all. And I mean, personally, the reliability has been bang on for me. 3,000 miles in, you know, a month and a half, no issues, looking good, boys. But yeah, guys, let's start the car up and go for a drive and get into the meaty points of why you should turbo your MX5. Because, like I said, there are supercharger and natural aspirated options, which do tend to be cheaper. So one of my sponsors, a guy called Tom MX5, if you don't know him, be sure to go check out his Instagram. He's a really genuine bloke, doing an awesome supercharger build at the moment, and got some really awesome products, which I use on my MX5. And yeah, really awesome guy, basically. Not much else to say. So check out his build, really, really nice. And he's actually done a great job, loads of fabrication work himself. But at the end of the day, he's got a supercharger build on his MX5 for about 800 quid. And how much the MX5 cost? I'm not going to go into that quite yet, because there is a video coming up on that in the next week or two. It's going to be the next video I film on how much it costs to turbo my MX5. But it's a lot more expensive than that, let's face it. I mean, I paid a lot more than 800 quid to turbo the MX5. Yeah, let's not think about it. I haven't even calculated it yet, but it's more than that. I mean, one order alone out of like 10 was over 800 quid. So it's definitely over 800 quid. But yeah, like I was saying, enough rambling, just sitting here. You want to hear the car, obviously, and get into another one of the benefits. So let's start up the MX5. Bish bash bosh, already nice and warm. So I've already been for a drive down to the shop. Look at the phone. I didn't put my seatbelt on. Bear with me, boys. Cushy. Alright, boys, let's go for the drive and get into some of the other benefits. So, boys, I'll reverse it out, and I think you know what I'm going to say. It's the first thing. It's warmed up, so I can give it a hone. The main benefit, in my opinion, one of two main benefits. We have the first one is the noise. So, like, apart from my exhaust leak, which I haven't fixed, that turbo sport is absolutely sex. I mean, let me put on the windows so the wind noise hopefully isn't as bad. But I mean, let me estimate how much I paid for the MX5 before I did the video. I reckon I paid, give or take, 2.5–3 grand. That was worth it for the noise alone. If the car didn't go any faster, I mean, that noise is something else. Like, I actually just enjoy making the noise sometimes. I don't give a shit about the speed. It is like, wow, it is special, boys. So yeah, I mean, that noise, you need to see it and sit in the car and actually experience it to know how sexy it is. But I have not got bored of that after 3,000 miles, and I certainly will not anytime soon, like literally. And obviously, boys, what comes with the noise is the power. I'm trying to fathom genuinely how to put this into words. It is ridiculous. It's a complete transformation from the stock MX5 driving experience. You retain all of the character of the MX5 in terms of the handling, in terms of just how the car feels to drive, how the driver and the car is almost at one, almost like so natural, like a horse and a carriage. You feel like you're part of the car and you're genuinely planted on the road. You retain all of that. But the one thing an MX5 lacked, in my opinion, from factory was the power. It just needed that extra kick really to take it from that fun car to that actual sports car, fast sports car. And excuse my exhaust leak, but that is really what turbo in your MX5 does. I mean, I had doubts. I was really considering it, because I was thinking about getting the MX5 originally and just turboing it straight away. I'd actually waited over a year to do it because I wasn't sure exactly what to do, what setup. I had to do research, obviously. And when I dropped the bomb, like, it was expensive and it was difficult to afford it all in that one go, but it was worth it 120% any day of the week. I wouldn't change it for the world, like I said. So that pretty much sums it up, boys. And the final main positive is genuinely the amount of heads you turn. Just driving anywhere, the noise, just absolutely, everyone looks, and I love the attention, to be honest, boys. I am that type of guy. I just love it, to be honest, and it is, yeah, I don't know, it's just cool. I like it. I love the car. It's JDM as fuck, and to be honest, boys, I wouldn't change it for the world. So stoked, definitely turbo MX5. That's all I've got to say. I mean, yeah, there's nothing else I've got to say. If you don't do it, you're a lunatic. Now, in terms of alternatives for the turbo, like I said, you could go supercharger, and don't get me wrong, nothing against superchargers, but I just wouldn't. And the only reason why I wouldn't is the fact of the noise. Yeah, supercharger 1 is cool, do not get me wrong, it is awesome. Look at that, fuck yeah, Ferrari. But yeah, man, you can't beat a turbo sport, and you can't beat that flutter. That is just sex on wheels, it genuinely is. So yeah, turbo beats supercharger any fucking day of the week for me. And secondly is the fact NA, just why? I mean, why? Not enough power. No other questions, basically. I've got to pull over because I've just got a text. But yeah, turbo your car, simple as that. If you don't, save up, because the only reason why you wouldn't is because you couldn't afford it. And if you can't afford it, save up and you will not regret it, I promise you, boys. So yeah, boys, I'm going to end the video there. Massive thanks for watching, and if this doesn't sell it to you, nothing will. Just do it, boys, please. If you have an MX5, just turbo it. But yeah guys, massive thanks for watching. Smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video and found it useful. As always, if you're new here, please subscribe. It means the world to me. We really want to grow the channel and make bigger, better things in the future. I would really love to get my own personal garage with a lift, everything like that, so I could bring more awesome content for you guys in the future. So yeah, any support you guys can do means the absolute world to me. And until the next one, boys, adios.